Please take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
You want to continue with the mask?
No, sir, I can remove them.
Yeah. How are you this evening?
Sir, I am very good.
Good. We look forward to your continuing your smile
Definitely.
for next 30 minutes
Yes, sir.
and 30 years.
Definitely, sir.
Let us start with discussion on problems of Mumbai.
Yes, sir.
Tell us what are
Sir, I've been living in Mumbai for the last 6 years, and some of the problems that I have seen by myself, sir, one of them is flooding. Sir, annually we see large parts of Mumbai in areas of Sion and other parts, there is severe flooding. So the second problem is with respect to the slums. Sir, around 40 to 42% of the population of Mumbai is living in slums. Sir. So the number 3 problem which I can think of is with respect to the pollution. Sir, pollution in coastal areas, in oceans as well. Apart from that, sir, air pollution is also high. So the number 4 problem is lack of proper public transport. So the suburban local train network, sir, it is even though very well distributed, but the congestion in the network is very high, sir. So, sir, these are the 4 problems which I can think of.
Can I say that too many agencies look after Mumbai,
Yes, sir.
and that makes coordination practically impossible? So the problems, and so kind of passing the buck.
Yes, sir. Sir, I can think of some of the agencies like the Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation, which looks after the general, the municipal issues of the city. So similarly, for slums, we have Slum Rehabilitation Authority. Sir, for flooding, it is the BMC, and sir, it is mostly the BMC responsible. And sir, I can't think of other agencies, but true, there are many agencies, and sir, apart from this, MMRDA also plays a critical role in the development of the city. So, sir, it is true that the agencies are distributed. There are many agencies, and the coordination is somewhat less. But sir, the way forward can be to have a better coordination among the agencies and different departments of the state government.
Add to that the involvement of state government among the agencies you mentioned.
Sir, sorry, the environment of
Involvement.
Okay.
Land is with state government.
Yes, sir, land is.
Then I think your father is in railways, right?
No, sir, he is working in State Bank of India in Mumbai.
He's deputy GM.
Yes, sir.
State Bank.
Yes, sir.
Fine. But the point is, railways have maximum land in Mumbai.
Yes.
I'm sure you know that it is all encroached upon.
Yes, sir, large parts of the central and western railways are being encroached upon.
And who are big private landowners in Mumbai.
Sir, I'm aware of a few developers, the real estate developers, but sir, I'm not aware of the private landowners.
Godrej are the largest landowners.
Yes, sir. In Vikhroli, they have a large campus.
And government cannot do anything about that land because?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of this.
Okay. What would you say is actually the greatest threat to Mumbai?
Sir, the greatest threat, in my opinion, would be, sir, climate change, because Mumbai has been surrounded in 3 sides by water, by seawater, and it is estimated that by 2050, large parts of the southern Mumbai and coastal regions of Mumbai might get submerged, sir. So this is the.
Are you giving 20 extra years to Mumbai?
Sir, the effects are being seen even now. When there is heavy flooding, the water cannot, sir, go to the Arabian Sea. And similarly, during high tides also, the water comes into the slums, sir. So, sir, the effects are seen even now, but the problems would become severe with time.
Mumbai getting submerged is by the end of this decade.
Yes.
That near.
Yes.
Are we ready for it?
Sir, I think the efforts have been not up to the mark. Recently, we have seen the Mumbai Climate Action Plan developed by the Department of Environment and Forest of the state government. But sir, the actions is required at the global level, and all the countries need to, sir, come together to avert the sea level rise. Sir,
although what I initially want to talk is over, I'm just passing a comment. How come you stay in Parle East?
Sir, Vile Parle East.
According to me, you are supposed to stay in Parle West.
Sir, why is that so, sir?
You tell me.
Sir, Vile Parle East is also a good locality to stay. Vile Parle West comprises of Juhu and other better parts, but sir, Vile Parle East is also good.
Yeah. And your home is on which road?
It's on Shraddhanand Road.
All the best.
Thank you.
Continue.
Thank you, sir.
How are you doing today, Naman?
Very well, thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
You are a chemical engineer from IIT Mumbai.
Yes, yes,
Are you aware of something called chemical weapons?
yes, ma'am.
And how are they? Are they still in existence? They have been used, or what is the story of chemical weapons?
Yes, ma'am. Chemical weapons were first used in the World War One. Some of the chemicals, the commonly used chemicals are, ma'am, chlorine, phosgene, sulfur, mustard. So, ma'am, these are the common chemicals used. But after the large tragedy or deaths due to the use of chemical weapons, the Chemical Weapons Convention was formulated, and several countries have they have removed their stockpiles of chemical weapons. So, ma'am, India also has completely disbanded its stockpile of chemical weapons.
What is the convention called?
Chemical Weapons Convention.
What is the and where is it? The organization is where? What is it?
Yeah. Sorry, ma'am, I can't recall. It got the Nobel Peace Prize also, but I need to think on this.
It's the OPCW,
yeah,
Organization for Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, based out of The Hague.
Yeah.
Now, are you aware that the OPCW structure also tries to control trade in chemicals? Not really trade, the chemical industry itself.
Yeah.
And how is it done? Do you have any idea?
Ma'am, I'm not completely aware of the exact details, but there are few hazardous chemicals which can't be transported over cargo or over the airplanes. For these such chemicals, there are restrictions on the transport of such chemicals from one country to another, and there is a list. I think the red list, yellow list, similar list, which exists for prohibitory hazardous chemicals. I'm only aware of this one.
You're aware of Schedule 1, 2, 3 chemicals under the convention?
Ma'am, I've heard of them, but I'm not aware of about this. Yeah.
What do you think is the greatest challenge for India's foreign policy?
The greatest challenge would be in terms of maintaining the strategic autonomy for India, I would say, and to protect our own interests, because we are aligning with the West, with the US, and we also have very strong relations since past with the Russian Federation. So, ma'am, to have a balance between the two, it will be a difficult foreign policy measure for us.
What sort of challenge does China pose for us in foreign policy and security?
Yes. Number one, the border issues with China is a critical one. We have border issues in Ladakh, in Himachal Pradesh as well. Similarly, the large amount of trade deficit we have with China, it also poses a problem because we are not able to have Atmanirbharta in our own economic production if we rely on Chinese products. Number three, China is breaking the UN clause and the different UN Charter laws by expanding in the South China Sea. So this is again affecting our interest with the ASEAN and the different countries. China is also working with several Indian Ocean countries such as Maldives, Myanmar, Bangladesh, and it is establishing different strategic naval bases there. So that is another challenge, I see.
Are you aware of what is BRI?
Yes, ma'am. BRI stands for Belt and Road Initiative of China.
Are we a part of BRI?
No, ma'am, we are not a part of it.
What is our problem with BRI?
The biggest problem is that BRI, the component of BRI, which is CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, it passes through Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, which is illegally occupied by Pakistan, and there is a contentious issue on that territory. So, ma'am, for the conflict with respect to CPEC, we are not part of BRI. And apart from that, ma'am, general issues like we don't want to get involved with some other countries' loans and grants. So that is another issue. We want to have our own autonomy.
What is debt trap, which is famously associated with China? What exactly is it?
Yes, sir. The TRAP stands for Chinese foreign policy, in which China it lends large amount of money to several smaller countries in general for large infrastructural projects, which are generally not economically viable. So with time, these infrastructure projects, they don't make money, and the country has to lease out some part of the land to China. So in this way, China has strategic advantage over in this form.
What is Quad?
Well, Quad is a quadrilateral security dialogue, which is grouping of 4 like-minded countries, which are USA, India, Japan, and Australia. We want to have together have a free, open, and secure Indian Ocean and the Indo-Pacific region. This is the main objective.
Who is opposing Quad? I mean, what does it threaten?
Ma'am, China is the biggest opposer of Quad. Often it also compares Quad with NATO and calls it an Asian NATO, which is not the case. All the 4 countries of Quad has in every meeting they have clarified that Quad does not have a specific anti-country agenda, and it is for general own benefit for the Indo-Pacific region.
Is Russia comfortable with Quad?
Ma'am, I'm not exactly aware of Russia's stand on Quad, but Russia also does not talk about Indo-Pacific. It talks about Asia-Pacific. So there can be some issues with Russia, but the issues are not so extreme, so to say, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Naman, you're a chemical engineer.
Yes, sir.
You got a brilliant academic record.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Why do you want to join the civil services with such a record?
Sir, during my chemical engineering undergraduate course, sir, I was making all the hard work to get good grades. I was not concerned with whatever career path I choose. So, sir, the good academic records in chemical engineering is irrespective of my choosing job in chemical engineering or civil services. Sir, my tilt towards civil services was mainly due to 2 reasons. Sir, number one, I worked with an NGO in first year of my college under NSS, and sir, there I taught many students, elderly, young people, the basic computer literacy program. And sir, some of the youth also got employed because of what I taught to them. Sir, this generated a sense of compassion and giving back to the society in me. So secondly, I also worked with some of the multinational corporation in internship, and sir, I realized that sir, this is not where I would enjoy working, because most of these firms are profit driven, while civil services is a welfare driven developmental organization. So, sir, I'll be better satisfied and enjoying the work where I can work at the field job. I can have larger implications toward the welfare of the society, sir.
What is wrong with profit driven and wealth generation?
Sir, there is nothing wrong with profit driven. It's just that the mindset of the corporates in general, they want to make money and profits out of their operations, while sir, civil services has a welfare motive, sir. So, sir, I personally don't feel very satisfied working or dedicated towards working in a company, sir, which is having its clients outside India, and it's not directly contributing to the social welfare of the country, sir.
What percent of classmates have gone for higher studies abroad and never to come back? Possibly not to come back.
Sir, as far as I know, around 10 to 15% sir go outside every year. In the recent years, but I would say around, sir, maybe 7 to 8% would stay, and maybe 5% can come back, sir. Yes.
What do you think of the future of the drone industry in India?
Drone industry, sir. Yes, sir. Sir,
that's one of your chosen hobbies, no? Civil aviation.
Yes, sir. So drones are unmanned autonomous vehicles, and they are continuously playing critical.
Unmanned?
Sorry, sir.
Unmanned?
Yes, sir. Unmanned.
No, UAV. You said autonomous.
Sorry, sir. Then I'm not aware about it.
Isn't it unmanned aerial?
Oh, course. Sorry, sir. Yeah, it is aerial vehicles. Sir, drones are playing very critical role in all the sectors. So we see drones in defense, in e-commerce, in health, education, etc. So in coming future, drones would continue to play critical role in transportation of different services to hinterlands of the country. For example, we saw in Manipur there was a delivery of medicines to remote locations. Similarly, in defense, we have a very critical role of drones because in the military field, we have carriage of ammunition through drones and surveillance through drones. So that there is critical role that drones will continue to play in the coming future.
And drones are threat also?
Yes, sir.
Security threat?
Definitely, drones are also security threats because recently we have seen many drone sightings in the border regions of Jammu and Kashmir and Punjab. They were carrying illegal substances like drugs and some of the weapons for terrorism purposes. And since drones are smaller in size, they are difficult to be gauged through radars. So they definitely pose a significant security threat. Sir.
You think Tata will turn around Air India?
Sir, I'm very hopeful Tatas would turn over Air India because some of the issues that Air India was facing, Tatas would work upon them. As far as I have read, sir, Tatas would work towards making the on-time delivery, on-time performance of the aircraft its first priority. So number 2 would be better seat load factor, which is the number of seats occupied per aircraft, which otherwise tend to be very low as compared to some of the competitors in the aviation sector. And sir, better utilization of the fleets and correct route consideration would be the other factors.
So Tata is profit driven.
Yes.
You didn't see the trap.
So definitely Tatas are profit driven, but it's for the good for the country, sir. It will.
So Air India is welfare driven, so it's not good.
Yeah.
No, sir.
I'm just exploiting your theory.
Yeah. Sir, there is nothing wrong in being profit driven. Both profit driven and welfare driven can go together. For example, sir, if we see in Air India would continue to transport people to some of the smaller areas, for example, in Northeast India and in the hilly regions, sir. So, sir, they will simultaneously have profits and work for the welfare, sir. So, this is it.
Air India is a national flag, isn't it?
Sir,
so now we outsource our national flag to a private industry.
Yes.
As you are an expert on civil aviation. That's your hobby, I suppose.
Yes.
So what are you going to say to that? You have outsourced your national. It's a national carrier, right? Air India is associated with India, unlike Indigo, SpiceJet, or Vistara, or whatever it is.
Yes, sir.
So today you have outsourced your national flag to a private industry.
Yes, sir. Sir, outsourcing national flag carrier is not only specific to India. Sir, several countries across the world have done this. Sir, British Airways is one case where Britain has also privatized British Airways. So similarly, Air France is also being privatized by French government, and several other cases are in Australia as well. So, sir, most of the countries, except if we leave China, Russia, and few socialistic countries, mostly they have privatized their national carriers. And sir, in this case, the logic of saving the government exchequer, because each day the government was spending around 20 crores on government exchequer on Air India, sir. So to save this, I think it's a good decision to outsource our.
So from socialistic, we're moving to capitalism.
Sir, this has been the tendency after 1991 LPG reforms, and we have not only, sir, privatized Air India, but we are also privatizing many other PSUs, sir. So, there is, I don't feel anything wrong in.
Are we privatizing or monetizing?
Sir, we are doing, sir, both. We are privatizing also. In the recent national monetization pipeline, we are monetizing some assets also.
Geography.
Yes, sir.
India shares the longest land border with which country?
Sir, it's Bangladesh, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Naman.
Good evening.
You were speaking about Bombay and the effects of climate change on Bombay.
Yes.
There is another country in Asia,
yes, sir,
which is taking climate change and the effects on its capital so seriously that it wants to change its capital. Do you know which country I'm speaking about?
Sir, is this country in Asia, right? Sir, I'm aware that Jakarta is one such city which...
And where are they moving the capital to?
Sorry, sir, I can't recall the other city.
But coming back to the capital of your first state of choice,
Yes.
why is it called the Pink City?
Sir, in the old heritage part of Jaipur, which was first developed by Raja Jai Singh II, sir, it was all colored pink after the arrival of one of the British king there, sir, and it has remained pink with the usage of some of the paint on all its buildings, sir. So, sir, the city is called Pink City from then.
Back to geography for a minute.
Yes, sir.
Why is Tibet called the water tank of Asia?
Sir, Tibet is a very large plateau structure, and it's a source of large number of rivers. Sir, if we see some of the rivers, Indus is one of the river which provides water to Jammu Kashmir and large parts of Pakistan. Sir, similarly, Brahmaputra is one such river which feeds Northeast India and Bangladesh. Sir, some of the rivers which feed Southeast Asia are, sir, Irrawaddy, which is one of the major river. Similarly,
Irrawaddy rise in Tibet.
Yes, sir. Irrawaddy has its origin very close to, sir, borders of Tibet and Myanmar.
Irrawaddy or the Salween?
Sir, Salween also, but sir, Irrawaddy also has its origin in Tibet, sir.
Check, I'm getting confused.
Yes, sir, definitely I'll check, sir.
Any other river?
Sir,
Even
Mekong,
more important.
yes, sir, Mekong River arises from
And the two Chinese
two
rivers.
Chinese, sir, Yellow River and Yangtze.
Why do we need a common code for foreign transactions? There is a major controversy that the three codes should be amalgamated. One of them should be identified for foreign transactions.
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of this issue, sir.
Rajasthan.
Yes.
Does the name Malik Muhammad Jayasi mean anything to you?
Sir, I've heard his name, but sir, I can't recall his contribution, sir.
Who's he? The friendly neighborhood tailor?
Sorry, sir, I can't recall. I'll read more on this.
Does the name Chand Bartai mean anything to you?
No, sir, I can't recall.
You have an interest in airplanes.
Yes, sir.
Which is that largest airplane of the world which the Russians went and damaged?
Sir, recently the Antonov AN-225 is the largest plane which was destroyed in the fighting, sir, in Ukraine.
And there is one particular plane which has not been found for the last few years.
Yes, sir.
Which is that one?
Sir, the MH370 Malaysian Airlines flight, which took off from, sir, Kuala Lumpur, it submerged in the South Indian Ocean, and it's yet to be, sir, found, sir.
You are sure it is the South Indian Ocean?
Sir, in the South Indian Ocean at the boundary of, sir, Southern Ocean, yes, sir, southeast.
So there is something on the surface, or rather somewhere on this world which we can't find out.
Definitely, sir, there are many.
And where was that flight going to actually?
Sir, that flight was going to, sir, Beijing in China.
Explain to me, what is a cryogenic engine?
Sir, cryogenic engine uses super cool technology in which the fuels and the propellants are stored in a liquid stage at a very low temperature. Sir, for example, one of the cryogenic engine is the hydrogen based engine, in which hydrogen is stored at minus 200 and around minus 250 Kelvin or degree Celsius, and sir, oxygen is also stored at such a low temperature so as to liquefy them into a very small volume, and then, sir, as whenever there is a requirement of fuel, they will be expanded and they will be converted to gaseous state and, sir, used
as a chemical engineer, tell me.
Yes, sir.
What is the urgency for banning single-use plastic?
Sir, single-use plastics are plastics which definitely takes a very long time to decompose. But sir, apart from that, we have very little reuse, recycle and recover of these single-use plastics. Sir, as a chemical engineer, I have studied that some of these single-use plastic, they also emit nanoplastics, microplastics when they are exposed to the environment for a very long time, sir. So they tend to bioaccumulate and biomagnify, sir, in the environment, and in the organism they tend to accumulate in the organs of the organism and disrupt the normal physiological cell systems.
You mentioned about the Brahmaputra.
Yes, sir.
What is the Brahmaputra called while in Tibet?
Sir, it is called Sangpo.
Yarlung, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yarlung.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Over to ma'am.
And in Bangladesh?
Sir, it is called Padma and Meghna. Sorry, sir.
Padma and Meghna are tributaries of Ganga. Delta. It's a Ganga Delta.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, I'll read more on this, sir.
Where was Takshila situated?
Ma'am, Takshila was situated in modern day Afghanistan.
Wow. What happened to all geography?
Sorry, sir.
You have become so powerful.
Takshila, yes, ma'am, it is in Pakistan and in the region of Pakistan and Afghanistan, ma'am.
He has left Afghanistan. He has given you a hint. Can you name some of the present day's countries which were part of ancient India?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Nepal was integrated with Indian during the Mahajanpadas period. There were several Janpadas of Nepal. Similarly, Bangladesh.
Some of the Janpadas, not the entire Nepal.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes. Some of the Janpadas. Similarly, Bangladesh was part of India. Pakistan was part of India. Even large parts of Myanmar and Afghanistan were also parts of India.
And what was the Silk Route?
Yes, ma'am. The Silk Route was a trading route between Chinese coast and went up to the Roman Empire, which traversed through Central Asia. And the major trade instrument at that moment was silk, which was transported from China to the Roman Empire in parts of Mesopotamia, etc. So this was.
What was which one was the birthplace of Babur? In which country was he born? Babur, present day country.
Sorry, ma'am, I can't.
Kazakhstan.
Thank you.
Which book was written by Chanakya?
Ma'am, Earth Shastra was one such book written by Chanakya.
Whose guru was he?
Chanakya was a guru of Chandragupta II.
Chandragupta Maurya.
Chandragupta Maurya.
Where was his empire situated?
The Mauryan Empire was largely in all of North India and went up till Pakistan and Northeast India, Eastern India.
Now I'll come to contaminated drinking water.
Yes, ma'am.
What are the chemicals which are causing harm to general public?
Some of the common chemicals found in the contaminated drinking water are fluorides, arsenic. There is also some concentration of uranium, chlorides, potash, and some of the pollutants such as benzene, toluene, etc. Some of these are natural contaminants, while other are effluents of industries and households. Ma'am.
Is providing drinking water is part of SDGs?
Yes, ma'am. Providing clean drinking water is part of an SDG.
Which target is this?
Ma'am, if I can guess, it is SDG number 6.
Good, 6.1.
Okay.
Very near to that. What are the policies and programs introduced by Government of India to provide safe drinking water?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we have Jal Jeevan Mission, which aims to provide functional household tap connection to all the households in the country, and to provide good grey water management and similarly sewage treatment, so as to have water
To which households?
Especially to rural households.
And
The Jal Jeevan Mission has its urban and rural component, so we have.
there is one word including tribal population. So the focus in rural area is on tribal population.
Okay. Thank you.
And by which year we are planning to provide this?
This is by year 2024.
Good. Now, can you tell me that how can we repeal the laws and what is the need of repealing this?
Yes, ma'am.
And give me one or two examples with the laws which have been repealed.
Mm-hmm.
Well versed with it.
Mm-hmm. Ma'am, can I think for a moment?
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, we need to repeal some laws because with time, some of the archaic or outdated laws, they don't have enough relevance in the society. Or else you also might want to have a better business environment in the society, or to have social welfare measures to be taken in the society. So these are the reasons why we repeal the law. So, ma'am, based on my reading on aviation, I see that one of the law which was repealed was the Aircraft Corporation Law Act in 1994. The Aircraft Corporation Act of 1953, it nationalized Air India and several other airlines of the country into a public entity. In 1994, this law was repealed so that privatization of all these airlines and entry of private airlines into the country can be made possible. So after that, various private airlines they started operations in India.
The last question, as you are an avid reader of civil aviation.
Yes, ma'am.
Most of the countries,
Yes.
the Ministry of Civil Aviation has been abolished.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
now we have sold our national carriers
Yes, ma'am.
to the private sector.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the need of Ministry of Civil Aviation in this country?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, even though we don't, the government of India does not have a majority stake in any of the airline in India, but still there are many policy frameworks which the Indian government establishes. For example, the UDAN scheme is a very significant one in this case, where we want to have regional connectivity and equitable development of all the regions. For that, the government of India has been providing viability gap funding and assistance to airports and airlines. So in this case, we see that there is a need of development for the civil aviation industry. Apart from that, ma'am, we need better regulation, because the accidents and the hazards in the aviation sector is common, and it is very important to have control over them. So for better regulation, we have DGCA, BCAS. These are different regulatory bodies which also come under Ministry of Civil Aviation. So, sir, ma'am, we have a need of Ministry of Civil Aviation. Thank you, ma'am.
Who was Chandragupta II?
Sir, Chandragupta II was he was an emperor of the Gupta dynasty, and in the sorry, sir, I can't recall the exact.
In an earlier answer to Madam's question,
Yes, yes,
you said Quad is not a security arrangement.
yes, sir.
But in the latest virtual conference that took place,
Mm-hmm.
President Biden specifically named China.
Yes, sir.
So are you sure that it is not a security arrangement
Yes, sir. It is
and not meant to be anti-China?
Yes, sir. Sir, it is not a security arrangement. Neither it is a security alliance. For example, NATO is a security alliance, but sir, Quad is not a security alliance. And Quad works on various different positive agendas, sir, like climate change, better transportation connectivity, economic development, etc. So, sir, security is one major factor on which Quad discusses. But, sir, still it is not a security alliance. And, sir, with respect to China, since China has been violating some of the global UN laws in the Indo-Pacific region, so sir, US took the name of China, but sir, Quad is not against such China.
President Biden also, after a long time, specifically used the term Pacific instead of Indo-Pacific.
Okay, sir.
Does it have any meaning?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of this case as he used the word Pacific.
Like solid, liquid, and gaseous.
Mm-hmm.
Scientists are saying that there is another phase of matter.
Okay.
What is that phase called?
Sir, there are two other phases of matter which I can recall. Sir, one is Bose-Einstein condensate, which is found at sub-zero, very low temperatures. While the other one is plasma, which is found at very high temperatures, where the ionization of molecules happens.
Yeah, what is ozone hole?
Sir, ozone hole is the reduction in the concentration of ozone in the upper tropospheric and substratospheric levels because of the heavy usage of chlorofluorocarbons, which react, the chlorine component of the chlorofluorocarbons, it reacts with ozones and it disintegrates ozone into oxygen, and hence we have a lower concentration of ozone, sir.
Where is this ozone hole?
Sir, the most common region where there used to be a ozone hole was, sir, over Antarctica. But recently,
Why are you saying used to?
Sir, because in the recent year we have seen that the levels of ozone hole depletion has reduced significantly.
Is the hole still there?
Sir, the hole is temporary. It forms during the winter season in October, between October and December. So, sir, and in the other.
Do you agree that most of the ozone depleting gases
Yes, sir.
are actually released in the northern hemisphere?
Yes, sir.
How come the ozone hole is over Antarctica?
Yes, sir. Sir, we have maximum population living in the northern hemisphere, but sir, the chlorofluorocarbons or the other ozone depleting substances, as they enter stratosphere, they come in contact with jet streams and several other.
Good. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
An absolutely excellent interview.
Thank you, sir.
All of us are very delighted to also talk to you for over 35 minutes.
Thank you, sir.
Throughout the interview, there is nothing you couldn't handle. Also, not like you gave any wrong answer anywhere. You may not have known one or two things, but that I assure you, it's not going to reduce your marks.
Oh, yes.
What the panel wants to see there is how you are able to say, I'm sorry, I don't know, without losing poise, without losing smile. You did that.
Okay.
So basically, this is excellent.
Okay. Yes.
If this were your final interview and I were the chairperson, I would already rate you as like the best in interview. At UPSC level, it is 206 at 10 across last couple of years.
Yes, sir.
The best scorers have been.
Yes.
But kind of, in the light of the purpose of mock interview, I am choosing to place it at 195.
Okay.
You are already like dazzlingly extraordinary. No, don't worry. I mean, just keep smiling like this.
Yes, sir.
Keep coming out with your best.
Definitely, sir.
And we look forward to you not only as topper in the interview. I am sure you have done well in the mains.
Yes.
So like I am looking at, to say the least, among the toppers, let me say single digit rank. Okay, including God bless you, the top rank.
Thank you.
So absolutely, we are very happy. Excellent one. हाँ, दो तीन छोटी बातें, छोटी है, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. Mumbai, you were able to discuss very well.
Okay, sir.
Personally, my small kind of thing. Not that it will come up in UPSC discussion. I know Mumbai like back of my hand.
Yes,
So I just chit chat. But generally, Parle East is populated with Marathi speaking people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Economically slightly lower in the economic position.
Yes, sir.
Parle West is non-Marathi, very well placed economically speaking, etc.
Yes.
But all beautiful area.
Yes,
You gave very correct references. In all discussions, you got the points what is being discussed. And again, excellent examples also all the time. Now, I don't think it is going to matter in your interview, but you were sitting with your hands on your knees all the time.
Yes, sir.
If that is natural for you, let it continue. But if you are doing it because somewhere you have been tutored, so
yes, sir.
then I beg to seriously disagree with you.
Okay, sir.
My suggestion is to be natural.
Okay, sir.
Even in terms of gesticulating, बात करते हुए वैसे भी थोड़े तो हाथ इधर उधर, so that is you come across as more natural.
Okay.
So just think about it.
Yes.
Choice is yours.
Yes, sir.
But just think about it. Then sir really trapped you on the point of welfare versus profit.
Yes, sir.
And you did not get out of that trap. So I also let go. Otherwise, in that line also there were many discussions that could have taken place. Corporate sector also serves the country. Sir also asked you the question, is profit a wrong word?
Yes, sir.
In fact, if you have seen Tata's ad, which personally I like it very much, in the ad they show all kinds of activities, housing colonies, happy families,
yes,
sports and athletics pursuit, okay?
Yes.
And only at the end of the ad, the sentence comes in, we also make students.
Yes.
So the focus is on welfare,
yes,
etc. In fact, even in the corporate sector now, management science says that unless you look after the welfare of employees, the company will not do that.
Okay.
But that, think about it. I mean,
yes,
that.
Yes, yes.
Then Muhammad Jaisi happens to be the poet who wrote Padmavat.
Yes, yes.
The fictitious story of Alauddin Khilji, Rana Ratan Singh and Maharani Padmi.
Yes, sir.
It's false, huh? There are no historical evidences,
yes,
etc.
Yes.
I'm only restricting myself for want of time.
Yes.
Kind of no self-respecting Rajput will ever agree to his enemy looking at his wife, or even if she be in mirror or the. Have you visited Chittorgarh?
Yes, sir, I have visited.
That place is shown that she
yes.
used to sit here and the reflection was in this, all fictitious, all very. He wrote it after 200 years after the event.
Yes, sir.
And the movie is made based on that Padma.
Yes, yes.
Similarly, Chand Bardai, allow me to say, at least,
I'm
sure most of us will agree, that actually you not knowing all this is a reflection on our educational system. We are not told about our own culture, civilization, the strengths,
yes,
the achievements, the true greatness of whatever we call as Indian civilization.
Yes, sir.
Chand Bardai is a great poet.
Okay, sir.
During Prithviraj Chauhan's time.
Okay, sir.
And he wrote all that poem, Prithviraj Rasos. And because the questions on Rajput history, some of them, make up.
Okay.
Then at one point of time, madam made you think that you were not ready with the answer. So you said, can I think? Perfectly okay. So you took your own time and the answer you came up with was again bang on target. So utterly excellent again. Repealing the laws, you shared a very correct example and whatnot. Also the way you explained need for Ministry of Civil Aviation. Again was very good.
Thank you.
On balance, I mean, we are happy.
Thank you, sir.
To absolutely tell you that your interview is like as perfect as can be.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so may I gloat for a while? I have 200 out of 250 in the year I gave it.
Yes, sir. I know that, sir.
Okay, my interview started in extremely hostile atmosphere.
Okay,
it went on for 40 minutes. First 10 minutes were hostile.
Okay, sir.
And then the chairperson smiled, put my biodata down. Rest of the 30 minutes was all like freewheeling discussion. 200 out of 250 is 80%.
Yes.
And reason I am telling this to you is because I look forward to you overtaking this.
God bless you.
Thank you.
On the way, these are notes prepared by the panel members.
Sir, am I giving a bit longer answers?
No, not. Even at one place didn't I think that this is getting delayed.
Okay.
Very precise. Go on. You have enough time?
Yes, sir. I have more than a month.
Good. All the very best.
Thank you.
ज़्यादा मत सोचना.
Yes.
If you think too much, things go wrong.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Elderly advice.
Yes.
See you at Mussoorie.
Thank you.
God bless.
God bless.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.